Hello and welcome to another video on my YouTube channel. So let's continue the C# basics series that I've been doing now. And as always, go ahead and follow me on GitHub, visit my website, my email if you have any questions and stuff like that. Right then. So this is video number 5, and here we are going to be talking about, as always, the basics of string building. Ultimately, whatever you're trying to do in any kind of programming, you are obviously trying to build some kind of output. I mean, right now we are using console.writeLine to show the output in the console window, but eventually, the ultimate goal in C#.NET, at least for me, would be to build web APIs where you would have to format the output once you get the data from the database and so on, or from another API service. You will pick and choose the data you want, put them in some kind of a string format, not all of it, but some of it, and then you will have to send it as a response, as a JSON response from your web API endpoint. And of course, you'll be playing around with strings a lot. So again, string is a very, very big topic because how important sentences and content is. So you can go really deep into string, but we are only talking about basics here. So let's get to it. So in this video, I'll be talking about, how you can go about doing strings. I just realized I don't think we can do strings with single quote. I don't know why I put it there, but maybe we can, but we'll see about that. And then what is this /n/t, and then the @ symbol, and how to concatenate, join strings, and mixing up string building with variables and also with the dollar symbol. So as always, first step is, let me show you where the code is available. It is available on my GitHub. That's what I'm going to be using as my notes. So if you go to my C# for students, and then scroll down, free code camp, and then today we are doing, this is video number 5, so that's going to be string formatting, and there it is. I will put the link in the video description so that you can check it out. Hold on, let me just get that. Okay, all right, and that link is in my notes. So let me go ahead and get the code here. This is the code that we are trying to do. Yeah, I think I put the single quote. No, I don't believe single quote is used in my example code. So no, that would be for characters, right? Okay, all right then. So let's go ahead and put this here. Fire up Visual Studio. Create a new project as usual. Let's keep going with this, and then console app, and then go. Here it's going to be string practice, September 12, 2024. I'll put this on desktop because it's easier to delete there. So I'm just going to call this to delete September 12, 2024. Very good. Okay. Select folder, click next, and .NET 8, create, and there we go. Okay, all right then. So first step is, let's go ahead and create a simple string. So I'm going to say var simple string equals, say, hello, I am Batman. From the Batman movies, Batman is always saying that he is the Batman, which kind of is cool. At the same time, he is the only person wearing a bat costume, so he's obviously the Batman. But still though, anyway, so there you go. That is the string. It's a very simple string. Now there are a couple of things we can do here. Now that single quote thing I was talking about, so that's going to be a simple character. So I'm going to say simple character is equal to C. Right, that's going to be it. Let me try to put a sentence inside a single quote and see what happens. So let me just try simple string single quote. Would that work? Now there you go. I am getting an error saying that I can't do that thing. No, not really. So this is we're just gonna comment it out. Okay, so that's a simple string right there. So now what I'm trying to do here is, let's go ahead and try to console writeline this, and I'll just see how it looks. So console.writeline simple string, right? That's cool. Okay, and I want to do the same thing to the simple character. As always, I'm going to say build, rebuild, and here I'm going to run the project, and voila. So that's how you go ahead and just create a string and a character and show it on the screen. So now let's try something else here. So what I want to do is, I want to go ahead and, now this is for single character. Now let's use the /n/t. We already seen that before, but just for the sake of completion, let's do it. So I'm going to create simple string with /n, right? Okay, if I'm gonna do camel case, might as well do it properly. /n. Okay, so that is going to be hello. Then I'm going to say /n, and I am Batman. You'll notice that it has a different color, so it's like a special character that is being recognized. So that is /n. Let me do the same thing. Let's show that right away. Take the help from AI. So I'm going to say var simple string. I want the exact same thing, so I hope it's okay if I just copy it. So I'm going to say /t, and I'm going to do /t here, and I'll go ahead and double click this and do this. Now /n is of course to add a new line where you feel like, and /t adds a tab space. Now there are a lot of other special characters, but these are the ones you mostly end up using, so we'll stick to the basics here. So there we go. Now once again, let me run the output, and you'll see that now there you go, hello, and then I am Batman, and then hello, and then I'm Batman with the /place. So I think this extra space is being added there. So if I remove this and remove this extra space, let's go ahead and run that. There it is. So there you go. So hello, I am Batman, because of the /n, and then you have this one, hello, and then a tab space, and then you can also cascade these things. So you can go back and you can add multiple /n's, and you'll have 3 new lines, and then you can add multiple /t, and then again you will have 3 tab spaces, which you can see here. Look at that. And you can also mix and match them. So I could say /t /t /n /t, and then another /n, and then I'll see that much of tabs and new lines. There you go. So that is really how the /n and the /t will help you in your formatting things, and we will be using that in some of the exercises and stuff like that, and you will end up using it a lot. And again, as I said, string is something you can go really deep if you want to. So let's keep going here. So that's the next thing. Let's see what happens when you use the @ symbol. Now there is an option here. You can create strings using the @ symbol. So let's go ahead and say simple string with the @ symbol is equal to, now I'm going to say @, and then I am going to say hello, how are you, I am good, what about it? Okay. So this is the good thing about the @ symbol. You can kind of do your own formatting and stuff like that. And I believe it'll retain the formatting when we put it on the screen. So let's do that. Oh, there's some GeForce driver notification. Let's get rid of it for now. Okay. All right. Yes. Okay. There we go. Let's see. And see, there it is. So if you don't want to play around with /t /n, try to do some space mathematics in your head or something, you can use the @ symbol to give your own spaces in exactly the way you want it. So that's the good thing about @ symbol. Now, what about mixing variables when you're building strings? Like obviously, I said, ultimately when we build web APIs and things like that, you'll have some data coming from the database, you'll have some data coming from API endpoints, and what you're going to do is you're going to try and mix and match them, right? So you're going to be mixing variables with literal strings. So let's go ahead and try and see how that works. So let me say here var my name. So there you go, my name is Jay. Okay, let me say var my profession. Okay, so I'm going to call myself a coding tutor. That's what I do. And then I'm going to say var experience. So let me get some numbers in there as well. So I've been doing this for 12 years. Okay, again, I'm using var everywhere, as I mentioned in the previous video. So, and then I think that's enough now. So let's build a string here. So var personal sentence, again using var, equals, here I'm going to say my name is, okay, and then I'm going to use the variable, right, plus I want to put a full stop here. Okay, then I'm going to say I am a, right, I'm also giving spaces that will get added to the final output. I am a my profession. and I want to keep going. Then I'm going to say another single quote, and then I'm going to say I want to give a space here after the full stop, so that looks better. Good. I've been doing this for about 12 years, full stop again. Okay, so there you go. So now let's go ahead and do a console.write line. Let's see how that looks. There it is. My name is Jay. I am a coding tutor. I have been doing this for about 12 years. There's no space after 12. Let's fix that. Let's come back here, and then I want to say for about 12. Okay, all right. That is, yes, my name is Jay. I'm a coding tutor. I've been doing this for about 12 years. So there you go. Now I could also create another person. Let's say there's another person. All we have to do is just change the variable. So let me just copy this and paste it. I'm going to comment this, right? And here I'll say Batman, right? I know, let's try Batman, right? Bruce Wayne. His job is Batman, you know, and he's been doing this. I think Batman comics started in the 1940s, so now it's 2024. So we'll put it at 82 years. You know, Batman has been Batman for about 80 years, right? We'll just call it 80 years. Okay, so let's look at the sentence again. It says, there you go. My name is Bruce Wayne. I am a Batman. I think we can remove it. It's okay. Let's leave the A. I've been doing this for about 80 years. So this is another reason why we use variables. So you can reuse a specific code where you can change the variable values depending on the context and scenario. Now this becomes really useful. Ultimately programming is about writing less code and getting more done with less, reusing stuff. We'll talk about methods and classes and objects and stuff like that later, but ultimately you're just getting a taste of what programming is now. So there you go. That's one way to do that. There is another way to use variables, that is using the dollar symbol, right? We are already doing concatenation. Concatenation means joining of strings. Okay, so let's go ahead and use the dollar symbol, see how that works. So I'm going to say, let me go back to the my name thing. Let me comment out the Batman thing. And there you go. So let's try that again. So I want to say personal sentence with dollar symbol. Okay, so here I'm going to use the dollar symbol, and then I'm going to say like this. I just want to make sure here, dollar symbol, should I use a double quote or not? No, double quote. Yeah, there we go. Oh, sorry. Right. So now here I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to say my name is, but here instead of using the plus, you see here, I had to use the plus operator. The plus operator is the math operator where you add two numbers, but when you use it with strings, it becomes the concatenation operator. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to avoid, like, if you have too many variables, then adding plus can become very cumbersome. But if you like it, use that. There's, in programming, as always, there are always multiple ways of doing the same thing. There is no one way to do it. Okay, there's no one way to do it. As you grow as a developer, you'll find what works for you. Every developer has their own style. So here my name is, I'm going to use the curly braces, and then I'm going to say my name. Okay, then full stop, then I am a my profession. Okay, and I have been doing this for about okay, there it is. See, this is, to me, the dollar symbol thing seems much more natural, much more elegant. Okay, so you can use that when you feel like, right? So that's totally cool. So there you go. So that is, let's see how that looks. So Let's go ahead and run this. And there it is, the same thing. It's the exact same output. Oh, I forgot to add dot there. Let me just make it. There you go. My name is Jay. I am a coding tutor. I have been doing this for about 12 years. The exact same output, but in a different way. So that's all there is to it as far as the basics of string is concerned. As always, string and string manipulation, string building and stuff like that. This is a massive topic in its own right. So you can go as deep as you want. I've seen some people in my life who are like experts in managing and dealing with strings, especially when you start doing things like localization and accessibility and stuff like that, because strings, like whether it is any app or API or a mobile app or whatever it is that you're doing, you're always looking at building human readable sentences. So everywhere you go, like right now I'm using PowerPoint, you can see all the sentences, right? So content is so important, so which makes string formatting, string building, string creating, and optimizations of strings. So that itself is a separate field where you can go really deep and so on, but that is beyond the scope of our discussion here. So hopefully this was useful to you, and that is all there is to it. Oh, hold on, I think I forgot to delete the slides from the previous video. Oh, there you go. Right. So hopefully this was useful to you in terms of getting you the basics of string, and this is where I'm going to wrap it up with the video. I will see you with the next one. Thank you.